Hello, I'm Dr. K. Misra from our classes. In my two previous video tutorials, one on habits that can cost you your job and another on habits that can definitely, surely get you your job, I have talked about. Now in this video tutorial, I am going to discuss certain common questions. They may appear to be very innocent or opening one, introductory questions, opening questions in interviews that may trap you in your job interviews. Such questions, general or specific, I will be talking about. Here, today's question is, tell me something about yourself. On this particular topic, in fact, question, I'd be discussing that what should be a proper answer, better answer to such question. Let me tell you first before I begin with this, I have compiled it from a book, Super Secrets of Successful Executive Job by Simon Gray. I am influenced by the thoughts which he has included, expressed in his views. First, I must tell you whether the interview is a general one or a specific one, though it is not decided by the candidate himself. Rather, in an interview, more depends also upon the interviewer. Whether your interviewer is experienced one, seasoned one, whether he understands actually how does an interview process proceed or how it is proceeded, to a larger extent your performance may be affected by how your interviewer behaves with you or what types of questions he asks. But before going into detail, by and large, every type of interview, in every type of interview, there are normally five stages. Stages means five types of questions are asked. The first stage is, that is accosting stage, I can rather say. That is the stage when the interviewee first enters the interview room. The moment he comes across the panelists sitting there inside, he may be nervous, he may be having a lot of dimmering factors, shyness, hesitation, etc. Interviewers understand it well. So this is why they ask certain questions, certain simple things as to how are you, from where are you coming, please take your seat, how was your experience in this city, like questions they may ask you so that you feel easy, so that you don't feel nervous after a gap of time. That is the first stage. The second stage is introductory stage. That is very decisive stage, let me tell you. That here, questions, open questions, though they may appear as earlier I spoke, very innocent. Like, tell me something about yourself or introduce yourself. This appears to be very simple, but it is both an opportunity for the candidate and also those who are not prepared, it may appear as double-edged sword. Why? It is an opportunity. It is an opportunity because it is expected from you that you should be revealing more about you, what is important to that particular company or organization or job. More means in addition to what you have written in your CV or resume. Because the moment you start reciting, reading out your CV or resume, what you have written regarding your personal information, educational background or professional you know, education, it solves no purpose, because you cannot write everything in your CV. So you are much more than what you have written in your CV. This is why it is an opportunity, those who understand it well, to tell more about you to the interviewer. Second, it may become negative. Like I told you, that it may act like, as a double-edged sword. That means you may harping on the same string again and again, and if the interviewers don't find more information about you, then they may say, all right, you may go out, or I will tell you, like a statement they may give you. So this is the second stage, introductory, wherein simple questions may be asked, like tell me something about yourself or introduce yourself. The third stage is educational background, wherein related to, they would like to check your knowledge, whatever knowledge you have accumulated, you have learned throughout your you know professional course or educational qualification you have got. Then the fourth stage is expertise, that is just related to the job. They may ask certain important questions related to the job, your experience in doing particular job, etc. And the last stage, that is fifth stage, that is exclamatory. They may ask you, certain question, that if I select you, what will be your reaction, like questions. So that's how these are the generally five stages which an interviewer, you know organizes his interview, that how he is going to conduct. Now come to the introductory or opening question, for which this particular video tutorial is dedicated. You may feel that the answers to the opening or some specific questions in this video tutorial or in the following coming up video tutorial may seldom match up with the exact way you are asked the questions in actual interviews. However, the questions and answers are suggested to be as specific and realistic as possible. But no preparation can anticipate thousands of possible variations on these questions. So before I begin actually with how to answer that tell me something about yourself or introduce yourself, I must caution you that you must prepare before you go to appear for an interview. Without preparation, without making up your mind, without knowing more about the organization and the job requirements for which you have applied, don't go to face the interviews. Now come directly to the question, that how to answer such question. As earlier I spoke, that it appears very simple to many, that tell me something about yourself or introduce yourself. Normally people may start speaking that I am so and so, I have passed this high school, intermediate, and etc. Exactly the same what the person has written in biodata. No, it is not. The first thing I must tell you, that please don't say anything directly from your resume or biodata. This is the answer to this question, actually should not be from your resume or CV. As I told you, that it is an opportunity, because in your resume or your CV you cannot write everything about you, and that to specific attributes or qualities, skills which you have got matching with the current job for which you have applied. So here is a trap. It is written here, be aware. About 80% of all interviews begin with this innocent question. Many candidates, unprepared for the question, skewer themselves by rambling, recapping their life story, delving into ancient work history or personal matters, or relating to the whole resume again. This is a trap, let me tell you. You should be avoiding it. Now then, what you should do after all? And before I must tell you what should do, rather here suggested tip to answer such queries. better, start with the present and tell why you are well qualified for the position. Remember that the key to all successful interviewing is to match your qualifications to what the interviewer is looking for. In other words, you must sell what the buyer is buying. This is the single most important strategy in job hunting. You have to understand that you are a product. You are to sell yourself. You have to sell yourself. In order to ensure that you are sold, you must speak about something about you which matches with the requirements of the interviewer. For this, what you should do, here are certain suggestions. It is imperative to know your interviewer's greatest need, want, and problem or goal. So it is suggested that before you go for interview, must get background information regarding that particular job or organization. There are two things that you can do. One, do all the homework you can before the interview to uncover this person's wants and needs. That is not the generalized needs of the industry or company. Number two, as early as you can do in the interview, ask for a more complete description of what the position entails. You might say, I have a number of accomplishments I would like to tell you about, but I want to make the best use of our time together and talk directly to your needs. To help me do that, could you tell me more about the most important priority of this position? All I know is what I heard from the recruiter, read in the classified ad, etc. This is the suggestion. Though suggestion number second may appear a little bit tricky, but yes, if you are seasoned one, you have made up your mind, definitely you can know more about the requirements of the job. Then always follow up with a second or possibly third question to draw out his needs or even more. Surprisingly, it's usually this second or third question that unearths what the interviewer is most looking for. Say if you cannot apply point second, then here you need to follow his questions, because the starting questions, say question number second or third, will definitely reveal actually what the interviewer is wanting. You might ask simply, and in addition to that, or is there anything else you see as essential to success in this position? This process will not feel easy or natural, yes, as I spoke at first, because it is easier simply to answer questions. But only if you uncover the employer's wants and needs will your answers make the most sense. Practice asking these key questions before giving your answers. The process will feel more natural and you will be light years ahead of the other job candidates you are competing with. After uncovering what the employer is looking for, describe why the needs of this job bear striking parallels to tasks you have succeeded at before. Be sure to illustrate with specific examples of your responsibilities and especially your achievements, all of which are geared to present yourself as a perfect match for the needs he had just described. So that's how this was the suggestion that I made you. I am sure that definitely this will help you in preparing your answer to the question first, opening question, that is, tell me something about yourself. Thanks for watching it with patience. More video tutorials on other aspects of developing soft skills and management subjects are available on my YouTube channel, link given below here. Please like it, comment it, and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Have a nice time.